It's game time.
If our three-point shot is going to be on tonight, we really have a really good chance of winning this game tonight. I need to see big man. I can't remember his name right now, but I need to see him. Will, Will, biggest guy on the floor. I need to see him step up. I need to see AJ step up as well. He can really shoot the ball. I think we get going. I believe we can win. I need to see CP as well do his thing. Don't shy away from that one dribble shot that he always does. I'd like to see a lot of that tonight.
And we're back here inside the nest. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic prior to this one. We had a great pregame plan for you, and like a goof, I forgot to unmute the mic. Ian, going to be a great basketball game tonight. You mentioned in the pregame the defense going to be important for this Eagles team, and a player like A.J. Ward, I believe, is kind of where that needs to start.
Yes, AJ can definitely bring the spark off the bench, or if he's starting tonight, he can definitely bring some defense. Like I've said, I've played against him a lot in the fieldhouse, and he really can lock up a defender, so I'm looking forward to see what he does tonight.
Eagles played Crowley's Ridge earlier this season, and they got beat on the road, but a couple of big names missing for the Pioneers today, a couple of their top scorers. Ian, when you come into a game like that, you know that there's a couple guys that maybe you game planned for. How do you not let that affect you and just go out and play the game of basketball?
Well, that comes down to just practice. You know, at the end of the day, you just got to play defense and stop whoever it is that gets hot, and hope that no one gets hot, and just play exceptional defense. And they're missing a lot of players, and we're missing a lot of players as well. So I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
Ian, Eagles 0-10 to start the season. They played 10 consecutive, now making 11 consecutive NAIA opponents. A tough stretch to begin the season due to the pandemic, other teams dropping out. A tough stretch. Ian, how do you maybe get your second semester? How big would it be to get your semester started off strong with a victory here against the Pioneers?
A W would definitely do the Eagles really good, especially against a NCAA team or NAIA team as well, because when I used to play coach always did schedules just like this, just to prepare us for in-conference games. So going into next week, I believe on Saturday we have our first conference game, so I believe that's going to be a really good, tight competition. And so I think it really prepares us. And if we do get a W, it just gives us motivation going into the conference play.
In 2021, it's great to finally say that again. We look back at 2020, what a year it was. It's great to be back out here calling basketball, and hopefully that'll bring some normalcy back to life, back to the game of basketball. I'm looking forward to seeing these stands filled again, and maybe not so many social distancing signs up in the stands.
Yeah, the fans are really a great part of the atmosphere, so we're going to have to get that back.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. Looking forward to a great game between the Pioneers and your Eagles. We'll be back starting lineups, national anthem, and prayer in just a few moments, and we'll be back just before the tip-off.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but now on my third year, learning is so much fun.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Teaching is communicating facts, but the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. You can have a really good teacher-student relationship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
Faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. Everything that I see here is Christ-centered.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives to make them more like Christ.
They want students to make an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
is between the PCC Eagles and Crowley's Ridge College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for the game of basketball and for the gift of health. We pray for the safety of the players, and may everything be done to bring you glory. In Christ Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Crowley's Ridge College, number 0, Montreal James. Number 1, Brandon Williams. Number 13, Kyle Moore. Number 22, Riley Fernandez. Number 23, Keith Roberson. Crowley's Ridge is led by Coach Chris Perkins. And now, North Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Starting tonight for the Eagles, a senior from Lagos, Nigeria, number 0, James Shonabu. A junior from Stark, Florida, number 2, Christian Porter. A sophomore from Pace, Florida, number 5, Austin Lewis. A sophomore from Pensacola, Florida, number 34, AJ Ward. And the junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 43, Will Higdon. The Eagles are led by Coach Mark Getch with assistant coach Marlon Gardner. Officiating tonight's game are Nate Starr, Stephen Newhouse, and Carlos Taylor.
Thanks for joining us here inside the nest this evening. Both teams about to tip it off in just a few moments. Ward and Clairday to do the honors. Officials stepping to center court. The two players getting ready. And we've tipped off the second half of the 2020-21 season.
You know, for once, height doesn't seem like it's going to be an advantage for the opponent this time.
Absolutely. A couple guys missing for the Pioneers. Bo Robertson, 6'2". KJ Porter, 6'3". So definitely some size missing for the Pioneers.
Good shot there by Key Robinson, number 23, from the mid-range.
He and his brother Bo, twins on this team. Little known fact, I was told the other day, Chance Roberson, they're his cousins.
Yeah.
Here's Ward inside. Gets fouled. Great pass inside by Shodamu.
Awesome pass, and I love the aggressiveness early on. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do tonight. I'm really excited.
Ball called there on the Pioneers. 2-0 Pioneers, but the Eagles at the free throw line. Ward, a 67% free throw shooter on the season, though missing the first. That foul going on Robertson. Check that. Ward made them both.
You know, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to give Ward 15 to 16 points tonight on the contest. I spoke with him a little bit before the game, and I told him I need him to be aggressive, and he's starting early on. So I'm going to give him 15 points tonight.
I love the Eagles, though, right from the get-go, trying to go inside instead of settling for those outside shots.
Yes, we do have a little bit of a height advantage with Will. I'd like to see them put it in some more to him and see what he can do. Open up maybe the three-point shot for us as well.
Williams drives baseline, threw it up. Shodamu came down with the rebound. Eagles going to try to get into their offense. Porter drives and kicks. Ward, that aggressive three-pointer, just off the mark as Porter came away with it. Here's Ward, this time steps in, 17-foot jumper.
There we go.
Hits it. A.J. Ward up to an early 4, and the Eagles take their first lead.
We got to have that on defense.
Kick back out to Roberson, his jumper. Short, and Higdon came down with the rebound. I mentioned in the pregame, Higdon the other day, 7 points, 5 rebounds, both career highs for the junior. Kick out, here's Porter from the corner, in and out. And I love the ball movement early on.
Yeah, that was a good ball movement, just not sticking. Everybody's shooting the open shot. It's nice, we just got to pick it up a little bit on defense a little bit.
Moore looking for James in the corner, and James called for the walk. Eagles fortunate there, though. It looked like they were going to get to that baseline. 4-2 as we tick under 18 to go here in half number 1 as we kick off the second half of this season. Eagles still searching for that first victory, hoping to do it tonight against the shorthanded Pioneers. Porter misses that one, and Moore came away with the rebound. Here's the kick out, James launching one. Shodamu, though, coming down with it. Rebounding a big key for the Eagles, Ian. Lewis, the long-range heave. Eagles haven't been able to find the basket from behind the three-point arc. Stumbling and bumbling, Williams missed that one.
Yeah, it was a good initial stop, but we need to help defense to step up on that one as well. Good defense so far by the Eagles.
Skip pass there, Williams off the glass and good. Tie ball game. I was joking with Christian Porter prior to this game, Ian. One of the things we've seen with him, he struggled a bit with turnovers this year, but as the primary ball handler, as we see Higdon get to the hoop right there in the basket as the primary ball handler, you expect some of that, but it's something that he would tell you he wants to see improved.
Yeah, he definitely wants to see that improve. You know, there's not much ball handlers out there with him anymore, as we lost about 3-4 guys. So a lot of pressure is on him.
Eagles, though, potentially going to get some reinforcements in the means of John Clay, who's working his way back from injury. He's been sending me some videos, and we're hoping that he can get back out on the court. He sits just under, I think, maybe just under about 50 points from 1,000, a big mile marker that he'd love to hit here in his senior year.
Yeah, he could definitely get it this year too, if he just come back and be aggressive. You know, not let the injury be a mind game for him.
Shodamu turned. He was looking for the dump off. Now gives it to Lewis.
Good pass.
Great pass there by Lewis. I loved how Buckley caught that high and never came back down.
Yeah, he kept it up and he scored it. Good job with the freshman.
Buckley, a career high 2 points for him. He ties it right there.
I think it's going to be a good game tonight. We're swinging the ball early on. Just got to keep it up in the second half as well. Good defensive stops right there.
Great job there by Shodamu, the active hands on Moore as the Eagles get it back.
You got to take that. Yeah, there we go.
Porter, what a jumper, Ian. You called that one. A great job there. A smart play by Porter to take a couple steps in and score that one. But now on the other end, as we're a track meet here, Claire Day getting up and getting a bucket.
Yeah, I was busy celebrating on that bucket.
Eagles, though, leading this one 10-6 as we are just underway, about to be 15 minutes. Ward to the basket, count it, and he's going to head to the free throw line. A.J. Ward starting off strong. He's got 6, looking to make it 7.
Love the aggressiveness.
Ian, maybe there's something to these pregame speeches of yours.
Maybe I just say them some more. I'll do it more often.
Ward a career high 15 a couple weeks ago against Loyola. Well on his way to doing that with 7 points in the ball game after that made free throw. Horton and Ugalde in as Buckley and Shotomu exit. 13-6 Eagles. And it's been a tough stretch of games for the Eagles. There haven't been a lot of leads, so this has to feel good early on in this one.
Yeah, especially early on. You know, we usually fall behind within the first 10 minutes, so it's definitely a good feeling.
Williams beat a man off the dribble. He gives it to Moore. The 17-footer no good as Ward came away with it. Eagles leading this one by 7. They can stretch it to double digits with a three-pointer here. Horton drives baseline. Kick out Porter. That one off the iron. And Williams coming down with it.
That's too deep. You got too deep just now. We got to stop the ball much sooner than that.
Is that on Porter right there? He's got to be the person to step up. I know he was on that end, but he's got to step up and get that offensive player.
Yeah, he has to run, but he has to also, you know, maybe he trusted his teammates. He was on the offensive end.
The give and go to perfection. Lewis gave it to Horton. Back to Lewis on the cut.
Man, the ball movement tonight is really phenomenal.
I think the bigger point there, too, is they've only had 2 days of practice. Really only one yesterday coming back, but the Eagles looking good here early on. Another miss by the Pioneers and a strong rebound by Lewis. Ward feeling it. That one missed, but Ugalde, the hard-fought offensive board kickback. Lewis missed it. Ugalde battling, and that one looked like it hurt, Ian.
Man, he reminds me of myself back in the day. Do whatever you can to get the ball, no matter what. Sacrifice your buddy.
Williams with the breakaway layup timeout on the court. 15-8 Eagles as we take a break with 13:27 to go here in half number 1. Back here inside the nest, Eagles leading this one by 7, coming out of the timeout by the Pioneers. Horton gets it, high catch, skyhook, no good, got it back, laid it up again, still battling. Eagles kick it out, Lewis, no good. I love what they're doing though, Ian, a lot of intensity, some good offensive boards, 3 on that possession alone.
Yeah, it's a very good defense, very good job on the offensive rebound end. We need those. The second time, you'd like to see Tony probably come down and gather himself before he went back up, but like you said, good rebounding so far. Head coach Chris Perkins calling another timeout. He's not happy with how his team's playing here early on. It's 15-8, 13:01 to go in half number 1. We'll take another break. $15-8 here, 13:01 left in half number 1. Ian, always a good sign when you can make the visiting team call 2 timeouts before we get under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Yes, and Eagles should capitalize on that because that does mean some frustration is going on with them, so they should just keep going with it and run with the motivation right now.
Ugalde, a hard screen. Ward drives inside, kicks it out. Ugalde left open, the three-pointer. missed that one. Eagles nearly got another offensive board. Here's Roberson on the other side. Three-pointer misses, and the Eagles get it. Throws it up to Horton. A great assist there by Porter. If he had been a little bit closer, Ian, that would have been a slam.
Yeah, he should have waited some 1 second more, and it would have been a nice slam. But otherwise, good play, though.
A great job by Porter. I like how he's run the offense here early on. The ball movement's been good for the Eagles. He's taken a couple shots, but he's been looking to find his teammates, and so far, that's why the Eagles lead by 9 as Jack Matney checks in. Williams going to inbound the basketball. .24 seconds on the shot clock. Williams, they get inside to Moore.
Yeah, that's just too easy right there. No one paying attention on the defensive end. Jack is good for this.
Matney left open. Just misses that one. It didn't look like he got his feet set.
Yeah, he was
so open that he was like, man, I got to take this shot.
Excited.
And the feet just never got set there, Ian.
Yeah, he can definitely knock it down, though. He just has to get his feet set like he's mentioned.
Higdon back to the scorer's table as he looks to come in. Horton missed that, or got the rebound on the miss. Porter's heave, no good. Official over here at the scorer's table. There's a player in the game, number 21 for Crowley's Ridge. Not in the book. Head coach Chris Perkins over here talking with the official after the technical foul was called right there after number 21, not in the book, Ian. A bit of a discussion going on right there.
Yeah, he seems to be a little frustrated. He's staring at somebody right now.
A one-shot technical after that. Right there, Eagles leading this one 17-12, and that's got to frustrate head coach Chris Perkins.
I mean, there's definitely something that the Eagles can capitalize on, though. It's obviously that they're frustrated right now, so we can continue with the momentum.
Porter hits the technical free throw on that side. Now we're going to come all the way back to the other side of the court for the real free throws on the foul call, Ian. Eagles, though, leading this one by 6 as Porter gets his 3rd point of the game.
Little pressure there.
18-13, that was an and one there by Williams. He made the free throw. He's got 7 points in the contest. 18-13 here, 11:15 to go here in half number 1. Porter looking inside, Higdon. Mismatch right here, he goes to work. I felt like there could have been a foul call right there, Ian. Higdon
really
didn't
close.
feel like he really got it up there.
Yeah, you really like to see him work his way more deeper inside the paint before he took that shot, but I guess you live and learn from it.
Foul on number 40 right there, Anthony Horton. His first, team third. Eagles continue to lead by 5 as we tick under 11. James splitting the defenders at the top. He dished it off to Ballard, who made the hard layup inside. In Crowley's Ridge, they were down by as many as 9, starting to work their way back into it, Ian.
Yeah, they seem like they turned on the heat right now. They caused a turnover right before that play, and now they're scoring. Hopefully the Eagles can just maintain their calm and pass the ball like they were.
That's a big man move right there inside by Higdon. Big mismatch inside. He just used that big rear end to back him in and finish the layup, Ian.
Yes, it's a very good mismatch, and that's what I was telling you in the last play. He should have backed him in a little bit more, and like I said, he lived and learned. He did it on the next play. So
Moore heaps one. Ballard, though, came down with it.
That's a rebound we need to have.
Moore kind of all over the court right now for this Pioneers squad. He's third on the team in points per game. And he's definitely left his mark early on. 2 points. 3 points there. Was that number 21, Ian?
Number 21, yes. C.J. Maxwell. That's a shot we like. Almost a rebound by James. Shooting move. Williams bringing it up all the way. Fouled by Horton. Looks a little shaken up right there.
2018 and another set of free throw opportunities. And we're going to get a timeout here on the court. The second foul right there on Anthony Horton. Eagles, they led by as many as 9. It's now 2 as we get under 10 to go. We'll come back with a free throw opportunity for the Pioneers. We'll take a break. Foul on Horton right before we went to the timeout. That'll put Williams at the free throw line now for 2. 2018 Pioneers with a chance to tie this one up for the first time here in the contest. Williams on the season, an 82% free throw shooter, hits the first. He's got 8 in the contest, looking to make it 9 and knot this one up at 20. Hits them both now. Braden Williams been the spark plug on offense for this Pioneers team. A big reason why they're back in this one, Ian.
See a little bit of a press right there. Looks like they're trying to turn up the defensive end as well.
Eiffel into the game for the first time for the Eagles. Last time we saw him, he dropped a career-high 17 on this court.
Yeah, that was a really good game by him. That's a shot right there.
Eiffel drives, nifty layup, and he hits that one. When you've got it going, you've got it going. Caleb Eiffel got that one to go, and the Eagles.
We're back with the sauciness.
Something. Yeah, that was something. That was a phrase you coined last time. A little bit of sauce on that layup.
Good pump fake there. Looked like a little travel right there. He might have gotten away.
Shot there. Rebound by Duncan. His layup missed, but another offensive rebound. Ballard got it. The officials stop play as they check the shot clock. Marrow inbounding the basketball. Here's Maxwell Moore.
That's a tough shot.
That is a tough shot. The shot clock, though, expiring. Had to just heave it up.
I think he's looking for a foul.
Lewis did a good job there. Some new kicks, it looks like.
Yeah, very nice Kobe's.
Some Eagles branded kicks there by Lewis. Sure, one of those Christmas presents. Ian, as a basketball player, you probably love getting new shoes at Christmas.
Yeah, I love getting those new shoes, especially I don't have to pay for them. So
absolutely.
Definitely love getting new shoes.
Here's Ward. He's got 7, driving, kicking. Somehow, I'll call that a pass. Eiffel came away with it.
Good pass right there. Extra pass. Shot by Ward. There we go.
Long two-pointer right there from A.J. Ward. His foot on that line. It would have been a three-pointer last year.
Yeah.
This year, just a 2. He's got 9. Eagles up by 4.
Now, he might just beat my prediction.
He might. You say 15? Is that what you were at?
15 points,
okay.
yeah.
Maybe a good first prediction here in 2021. More foul. That's going to be on Buckley, his first foul.
Yeah, on that play, you like to see Buckley more, keep his hands up. He's definitely way taller than the offensive player right there. So he could have really avoided that foul and still contested the shot really well.
The 6'8" freshman Buckley out of Troy, Ohio, picking up his first foul right there. Moore again at the free throw line. He's a 75% free throw shooter. And as I look down this roster, some good free throw shooters on this Pioneers basketball team. You don't want that when these games get close.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be facing a good free throw shooting team when it comes down to the last stretch. So Eagles have to do a good job expanding the lead before the last 10, maybe 5 minutes of the game.
Moore missing the second. Eiffel now bringing it across. Big pick set by Buckley to free Eiffel, but a walk called.
Good catch by the ref right there.
A few too many steps right there with the ref right in front of him. 24-21 Eagles, 7:45 to go here in half number 1. It's been an entertaining half so far. Eagles led by as many as 9. The Pioneers got back in it. We had a technical. There's been a lot going on here to kick off this game.
Good start to 2021, I guess.
Maxwell working inside, and he gets called for the double dribble. Pioneers have gotten back in this one, Ian, but for the most part, the defense for the Eagles hasn't been bad. The Pioneers, though, missing a few shots here in the early going.
Yeah, they're definitely getting to the rim, but they're just missing the shots or they're turning it over, stuff like that.
Great second pass. Lewis looking to get going, but can't find the bottom of the net. From behind the arc right now, Moore chases down the rebound and finally secured it. Marrow dish inside. Clairday foul going to be on Buckley.
Might be on shooting room.
You're right. I thought Buckley got him on the way up, but it maybe looked like Shotomu got him right before him. Ugaldi and Horton about to check in. Clairday at the free throw line, missing the first.
I'm really excited to see how Buckley's going to develop over the next 3 years. He's a freshman. He has the height already. So I'm really excited to see what coach is going to do with him over the next 3 years. He's the potential to be a good player.
He's one of those players, much like a Dakota Pratt, but even taller than a Dakota Pratt. That, maybe given 4 years worth of work, he could really be a force inside. Right now, you just see that freshman in him a little bit much, not really sure of himself, really able to use that body size, the advantage that he has, as best as he could.
Yeah, and that's something that all freshmen kind of come into college with, because you don't want to mess up because you feel like you're going to get pulled out of the game, which is sometimes true.
Wow, I didn't even see that pass there. Ugaldi dished it off to Horton, and Horton finishes the little teardrop. Anthony Horton with 4. Eagles back up by 4.
Good help defense right there. Oh, a little shifty.
Marrow with the basketball. Maxwell inside, threw it away.
That's something we got to stop on defense, because if number 22 was aware of that pass was going to get through, he would have scored it, because it went through really easy.
The two out officials disagreeing on that call, but the one closer they went with, so Pioneers basketball, an air ball right there. Maxwell came up with the rebound, though, stepping on the baseline.
It's a really good contested shot from Austin Lewis right there as well. And they're sticking with this press, trying to cause some turnovers. Oh, I guess they did get a turnover.
They call that right there, Ian, the broadcaster's jinx. You said the word turnover and made it happen.
Yeah.
Pioneers with the basketball, leading by 4. Ugalde up on Williams. He's one of the better on-ball defenders Ugalde is for this Eagles basketball team, and you see it right there.
Yeah, he's really quick to recover, even though if the defender beats him, he can get back to it.
Maxwell missed it, battle for it. Eagles were doing a great job early on in this contest of rebounding the basketball, Ian, but so far, Pioneers doing a good job in the last couple of minutes. Eagles, though, got that one.
Good ball movement so far.
Short corner jumper by Horton, missed it.
A little bit early on in the shot clock. You probably want to see them spin, pass the ball around a little bit more. But good work on the defensive end.
That's a risky challenge right there by Horton, sitting with 2 fouls.
Yeah, very risky.
Lewis left open in the corner. That's his shot, hits it.
Shot. Might have been a foul there too, but didn't call it.
Austin Lewis, he's been cold from behind the arc today, but that one a big one, and the Eagles back up by 7. But the pace continuing to pick up as James gets the rebound on the other end to again make it a 5-point game.
It was almost a perfect defensive stop right there. Austin riding him, but you need Austin to step up a little bit more to stop the shot. Austin in the post right now. He's really feeling it tonight.
Ward gets another one, and he's got 9.
Sorry.
Make it 11 with that one. You said 15, Ian. That one might look a little light by the end of this one if Ward keeps it going.
I need to double it possibly.
Doubling down. Ian Johnson going all in on the performance of A.J. Ward early on in this one. 11 points for Ward, looking to make it 12 here at the free throw line. And an 8-point lead, though missed it. Miscommunication, nearly stolen, but it looks like Ugalde gonna get called for that one.
That's a little iffy call.
With that foul, Eagles in the 1-and-1. Pioneers now in the bonus. They're gonna make the long walk to the other side, and we're gonna have some free throws. It looks like Maxwell gonna be the one to shoot it. Maxwell at the free throw line, his team trailing by 7, hitting the front end. He's got 4 points in the contest. Hits them both. 5 points now for C.J. Maxwell. He was the one who caused the problems a little while ago, not being in the book.
Now he's causing problems on the offensive end.
Yeah, 5 points for Maxwell, and he's helping the Pioneers keep it close. Ward going at the hoop again. This foul on the floor, I believe.
Yeah.
Call on Maxwell, his first foul of the game. Make that his second foul. They got me on the board. Porter inbounding the basketball.
Good positioning. That's unstoppable right there, using his body. Great move.
When you get it to the big man that low on the block, Ian, if he can just get a little spin move, it's almost unstoppable.
Yes. And they have to feel really well, scoring a lot on the out-of-bounds play so far.
Ian, that's something we saw a teammate of you, a fellow 1,000-point scorer. I'll go ahead and remind everyone you're ahead of him in points, but Dakota Pratt, once he got inside and got his back turned to the basket, all he had to do was put a move on, and that's how he got to 1,000.
He could just throw the ball up and it would go in. Good handles by Austin.
Travel call now on this end. And that'll bring Araby into the ball game for the first time. Garen Araby, the transfer from Southeastern Baptist, only playing about 7 minutes a game this year. He gets into this one quickly as Ugalde goes to the bench.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He can shoot the 3 ball. I think he just has to find his bearings on this new team and learn to just play with the Eagles. You know, new team, new plays, all that good stuff.
Eagles get it across quickly, under 4 to go. A.J. Ward, he's been the key in this one. He's got 11. Eagles leading by 7. Here's Porter, knocks the jumper down, and Christian Porter up to 5 with that made 17-footer.
We got to come back on defense. If he had caught that ball, it would have been 2 easy points right there. And we can't afford those 2 points.
35-26 as the Eagles continue to lead. Crowley's Ridge got it close a couple minutes ago, Ian, but a good stretch. Those 5-minute stretches that head coach Mark Getch preaches, the Eagles have clearly won this last 5.
Got to see the mismatch. Got to put it in there. They just missed Will on that last one.
Here's Araby, the 3-point shot off the mark. James dishing inside. Clairday gets the foul and gets the basket.
Yeah, it was a big mistake on the defensive end. He allowed him to get the position in front of him. AJ should have gotten in front of him instead of playing the back, which resulted in a foul.
Clairday up to 4 now, looking to make it 5 with a made free throw right here. Ooh, hits it. The second, make it third player with more than 5 points. Williams, Clairday, and Maxwell for the Pioneers. Porter with 5, Higdon with 6, and A.J. Ward with 11 to lead the Eagles. They get it to Ward in the corner, backs his man down. Eagles nearly lost that one, but Araby able to chase it down.
4 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to throw it up. You got to be aware of this situation. Good tip.
Horton had to just heave that one up. Fortunate, though, to get the offensive rebound and got the points. Wasn't pretty, but it works.
He will take it. You know, at some point in his career, I'd like to see him just go up and slam it back down. Good defense right there.
A good job there. Horton with 2 fouls did a good job of really not getting into his man. Here's Lewis the other way.
Good pass. Call for charge.
Austin Lewis called for the offensive foul right after the pass. The 8th foul on the Eagles.
I'm not really too sure about that foul because the player wasn't right directly in front of him. He was more on the side and he just tripped on his legs, but I guess different view from the ref's eye, so.
37-29, 2:12 to go. Ian, Eagles have had a good half, but you want to close this one out on a high note.
Yeah, you got to close this one on a high note. That's not closing it on a high note. That's too easy. James has been scoring really too easy in this game. We're going to have to maybe bring Brian into the game to just maybe 4-on-1 him.
He's got 4, and he blew right by the Eagles defense right there. That quick second step. Kick out to Porter now. The Eagles work it around. The extra passing for the Eagles. Looking great. Araby drives in, and he gets called for the charge.
Yeah, it was an easy call for the refs. He was way out of control in that one. Maybe he should just hop step. And I'm pretty sure he's probably going to get pulled for that one.
There's charges that you disagree with. We saw that a couple minutes ago, but that one about as easy as it gets. Matney going to enter as Araby comes out of the ball game. First foul there on Garen Araby. Pioneers back within 6. They're looking to close the gap here late. Horton nearly could have gotten called for a foul right there, but the Eagles fortunate to get that one back. The big man doing a good job of keeping his hands up.
Yeah, he's very stretching it all the way to the top. And I think in a half-time speech, coach is going to have to address number 4. He's getting to the basket way too easy, so maybe some help defense on the dribble drive. I haven't seen him take a shot the whole game, so maybe we make him play off a little bit and make him take a shot.
Lewis, another one.
Lined up.
Hits it.
Nothing but the bottom of the nets.
Porter to Lewis. And the Eagles get their second three-pointer of the game. They're both by Lewis.
Good recovery. And we got one.
Anthony Horton stepping in there. Yet another risky play. He's had 2 fouls this entire half, and I feel like there's been 4 plays that could have gone the other way. Eagles fortunate that Anthony Horton still only with 2 fouls, but a great job there picking up the charge. That's the second foul on Roberson. Eagles leading by 9, under a minute to go. What a half to start off this second half here for the Eagles. Porter got really deep, but nowhere to go.
It's a little hard foul right there.
In football, they'd call that targeting, Ian. We saw that call against Clemson the other day, and Horton's still down, though. It looked like he may have grabbed an elbow to the face. That has to hurt. Those don't feel good, Ian.
No, he got hit really hard. And you can see the weight differential in the two players right there. He went flying.
Ballard looks like he could play some football. He's kind of that stocky type player, 6'2", and really got Horton over there. He's still down.
It's really good effort on Ballard's part, though. He went to him after the initial bump, and kind of apologized and tried to help him up to show him that it wasn't intentional. So,
no intention right there.
Yeah.
There's two guys going for a basketball. Ballard was sniffing a steal.
Yeah, and those things happen in basketball, well, in all sports.
Horton's still down. It looks like maybe potentially checking him for a concussion. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much. Hopefully he can get back up and get back into this ball game. He's been playing well early on. He's got 6 for the Eagles, and in a game where you felt like the Eagles had a size advantage, good for Anthony Horton. He's been playing well early on, and you'd hate to see him not be able to re-enter this game.
Yeah, we definitely need the height and the rebounding right now. I think he's just a little shaken up. I think he'll be okay.
Athletic trainer Stephen Halsey over there from the Andrews Institute checking on Horton. Now head coach Mark Getch making his way over, trying to get a read on how Horton's feeling. He sits up now. (40-31). And Ian, if it was quiet here in the nest, it's gotten even quieter. Some claps now as Horton gets back up. Still just seems really shaken up, and you hope that's all it is.
Yeah, I hope he can just shake it off and maybe just sit down right now and maybe come back in the second half. But he seems to really be really shaken up. So
Ballard back over to check on Horton. He has to feel horrible.
Yeah, good sportsmanship, though.
Absolutely.
And I guess he held to the trainer's room to get checked out some more.
40-31, 42.9 seconds to go in half number one. In a great first half, but overshadowed a little bit there by Horton having to exit this one.
Yeah, hopefully we can close out without giving up too much points in 43 seconds, and maybe we can capitalize on this maybe the 2, maybe 3 offensive possessions we have left.
Ian, you're thinking about not giving up too many points. I'm thinking about getting some more points here. Here's Porter on the other end on offense. Lewis was cold from behind the arc early on, but 2 for his last 2. Porter, that was a long 2-pointer, missed it. And Clairday came down with the rebound as we tick under 20 to go. Shot clock off for the Pioneers.
Good ball movement.
Working it around.
That's just too easy going in. I'm surprised there was no whistle on that call just now. You got 2 defenders up in the air. Half-court shot by Austin. It was lined up, but just falls a little bit short.
That one was looking good, but it comes up just short. Eagles trail this one by 7 at the end of half number one. Ian, we were impressed by the offense. The defense was good. The Pioneers have given a couple runs, but so far the Eagles have been the better team in this game.
Yeah, the Eagles are holding on to a 7-point lead right now, and typically we're used to playing from behind going into the second half. So I'm pretty sure Coach's halftime speech is going to be a little bit geared different towards what he's going to do when he comes back from the floor. I'd say pass the ball some more, get the ball into I can't remember his name.
Higdon. We got to get it to Higdon.
Higdon and next 6'8" guy.
Buckley.
Buckley, yes. I want to see the ball going to Higdon and Buckley a lot more and see what they can do down low. But like I said, we're used to playing from down, so we're up right now by 7. So I believe that we have the motivation going forward. So look forward to see the second half.
Eagles going to try to take advantage of that size mismatch that Ian mentioned here in half number 2. We'll take a break, and we'll be back to break down what you just saw in about 10 minutes right before the start of the second half here from Pensacola.
Otter Products, the culture is amazing. It's something that when you wake up in the morning, you actually look forward to coming into work. My role here as senior graphic designer has been multifaceted. I've done everything from ad campaigns through web, trade show, all kinds of stuff like that. But then recently my role has switched into trending colors for our cases themselves. So if you purchase a case and it has blue silicone with a green PC cover, that's kind of my role and responsibility right now, is to understand what are the trending colors and how do they apply to our different markets. It's definitely more complicated than you would think. Projects for us are really exciting because we're always getting new things coming in. We're partnering with people like NFL, people like Realtree. That's really exciting to actually be working one-on-one with these people. So it's never a dull moment at Otter Products. It's always hopping. The quality of the academics at PCC, to me, is amazing. I love the idea of, like, how can I make this as best as I can? And the teachers really push that. Really, the drive at PCC was understand the basics. Understand the fundamentals of what we're doing. Understand these very simple things, and you're kind of going, this is so simple and boring. I want to do something fun. But as you mature, you realize, wow, this is the most valuable thing I could possibly have in my toolbox as an artist. If you're looking to say, I want to understand my craft, I want to understand the field that I'm going into, it's an incredible environment and an incredible place to work and to grow as a student. I think any high schooler that's considering PCC, you're going to get some incredible foundation that will be a huge help to you in the future.
The best part about what I do is we get to see the difference that we're able to make by helping people with issues with federal agencies through our coalition program, and seeing what issues are affecting our community and providing that feedback to the congressman. It's really unique opportunity to be here in the district because it's less politics and more community. Having a Christian worldview and politics today, I think, is essential to our country succeeding. So being able to communicate with people that maybe don't have those same ideologies or principles backing their logic without them feeling judged or that they're wrong, but also trying to give them something to think about that may change the way that they vote or the way that they create policy or legislation. Pensacola Christian College definitely had a high quality of education. I felt like I succeeded at college better than I did prior, just because of the fact that my teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. I really appreciated the relationships I had with my professors, as well as the professional skills that they taught me. My teachers really cared about what I was learning, why I was learning it. You need guidance, you need wisdom, you need determination, you need doors to open, and at college, I feel like the spiritual atmosphere very much led and encouraged me to have that one-on-one relationship with God and take me to the next step in life.
More than 2 million tourists come to beautiful Northwest Florida every year for sun, sand, and surf. But over 4,000 young people come to Pensacola Christian College for a different reason, to influence their world for Christ. Students choose from 9 different departments with 59 programs of study and 32 minor tracks. Qualified faculty are available to assist students at every step as they pursue excellence. These students graduate to become employees at leading industries such as Apple, NASA, Procter & Gamble, and the Mayo Clinic, each one using their education to succeed in the workforce. Students stretch themselves outside of the classroom as well. On the court, the PCC Eagles fight to protect the nest in NCCAA basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Students participate in over 1,000 intramural athletic events a year, from basketball to tennis to rock climbing, broom hockey, and ultimate frisbee. And students raise the bar artistically as well, with more than 100 campus performances a year, from large and small dramas to band, orchestra, and 3 different campus choirs and singing groups. But most importantly, ministerial students serve Christ in over 25 local churches, and all students get a chance to serve in more than 70 ministry opportunities on and off campus. One quality, Christ-centered education for one record-breaking affordable price. 54% of students are employed on campus, earning up to $4,440 a year, and 7 initial scholarships can further reduce total costs by $4,000. And continuing students have access to additional scholarships. Qualifying for the 4th-year free program can cut costs by $10,556. 79% graduate completely debt-free, and 96% are employed or in grad school within a year of completing their undergraduate studies. A multitude of experiences equals one amazing college. Pensacola Christian College, empowering Christian leaders to influence the world.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my 3rd year, learning is so much fun. And I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
Back here inside the nest, Ian will do it over again, but Ian, A.J. Ward playing really well. Eagles playing well in that first half. You felt like they had a little bit more to give as we get ready for half number 2 as they look to secure that first victory of 2021. You mentioned maybe some good vibes going on out here for the Eagles.
Yes, very good vibes. And as I mentioned before the half over, we're actually in the lead at the half for first in the season so far, and we're used to playing from behind, and the Eagles do play a better second half than the first half, so I really believe we're in a good position to win this game. And a little update on Anthony, he actually got poked in the eye, and so he was trying to find a contact, and he was a little queasy in the stomach, so that's a little update on him.
Thank you for that. Moore strips that one on the lazy pass by Ward. He goes the other way. An inauspicious beginning. He's up to 5 as Moore gets the layup.
Yeah, not the start you want to see from the Eagles right now. A little slow.
A tipped pass on the inbound there, and that allows the Pioneers to get into that full court press, Ian, that we saw them have some success with in half number 1.
You And one thing we don't want to see is the Eagles get comfortable with this lead and just get lackadaisical on the plays.
And we saw that first offensive possession out of the break. It looked like some guys just didn't know where to be right there. Williams led the way with 9 points in the first half. He gave it off to Roberson right there, who missed the three. 40-35 in favor of the Eagles.
You can hear coach on the sideline saying swing it. He wants that team ball movement we had in the first half, which I agree with him. Nice pass.
Shodamu got deep, and he gets called for the travel.
Yeah,
Ian, I'd like to see, you mentioned in the first half, I'd like to see Higdon be a little bit more assertive on that play. Come across fast, get set, get the basketball, and go inside. Clear
that's
day.
Definitely what we need right now. I think coach is going to call a time. Yep. He's going to call a timeout right now. It's just too easy of a start for them. They're within 3 right now.
Clear day up to 7 with that made layup, his career high 8. He's sniffing a new career high here in half number 2. Head coach Mark Getch not pleased with the start. He calls a timeout. We'll take a break as well. Quick timeout there by head coach Mark Getch. And you've been in those timeouts. The points, they come real quick. He tells you what he wants, and then you get back out on the court and you go play and try to execute.
You got to execute. If you don't execute, then the next man's going to be up. And
Williams stripped that one, but wasn't able to hang on to it.
Might be just a little bit too much dribbling going on right now. We need to go back to the first half to where we had all that ball movement.
Lewis spinning. Flipped it up with his right hand. He's got 7, and the Eagles back up by 5. They needed that basket.
Good strip.
Shodamu got in between the ball and the guy he was defending. Picked up the steal.
You like the Will's calling for the ball too. He knows he has it. Just post up and give it to you.
Lewis just trying to hand it off to Higdon. The big man goes to work, kissed it off the glass, missed it. Shodamu got it. Eagles 2 offensive rebounds right there. Ward steps in, missed it. The Eagles keep playing after that one clearly hit.
Higdon's not even jumping, man. He's just getting the ball and going back up.
A new career high there by Will Higdon. They got a term for that in the NBA. Shacklin a fool right there. Higdon with 8, Eagles back up by 5. A quick 2 on that side. Lewis inside. He was thinking jumper, thinking pass. Led to a turnover.
Yeah, we're going to have to slow the pace down right now. They're just going really too fast.
Williams up to 11 now. With that jumper, back within 3. Ian, we were hoping for a good game, and we're getting one in this contest.
Oh, got to come to that a little bit. Good strip. Good call by the ref.
Foul there on James. That's his first in the contest. Higdon been all over the court. He checks out now. Buckley in, as well as Ugaldi. Looked like Higdon maybe needed a breather. The big man doing a lot of work, doing the heavy lifting for this Eagles team.
Three from CP on the way, rebound by James.
Eagles doing a great job on the offensive boards, Ian.
Yeah, very good. Good Euro, extra pass.
Here's Lewis from the corner.
A little bit
short. Another offensive rebound.
Might have gotten away with that one right now.
Technical foul now. Technical foul on Austin Lewis. That'll lead to a free throw on the other end.
I missed that one. I'm not sure what happened.
It looked like there was just some talk after that play. I think Lewis thought he got fouled down here.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, said a couple too many words, and the technical foul right there.
Luckily, he missed the first one.
As they like to say, ball don't lie, Ian.
Ball don't lie.
Williams, he's got 11 in the contest. Missed the first free throw. Hits the second. Make it 12 now for Williams, an 82% free throw shooter. He's made 5 free throws in this game. (44-42). We're back on this end after the technical. A turnover there. Williams got it the other way. Missed the layup though. We're gonna have a jump ball called now. Possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. It looked like James, who checks in at just 5'10", got tangled up with Buckley at 6'8". That shot missed. A good rebound by Shotomu.
Strong rebound. We just got to find ourselves on the offensive end now, slow it down, pass the ball as we were doing in the first half.
Eiffel, the dish to Buckley, off the glass.
In and out.
That one was halfway down and out. Here's Porter now on the second
Good
chance.
shot. Count it.
Porter hits the three. He's fouled on the shot. Porter now with 8, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, very good three-point shot by Porter just now. But going to the previous play, I believe Buckley just was too wide open. He was kind of shocked, so he just threw the ball up a little bit. You know, you want him to see him be a little bit more composed and go up with some confidence, but happens to the best of us.
He looks like a tree inside, though. He's a big boy. He's got some good height and could be a great player for the Eagles as he continues to develop.
Yeah.
Buckley on the year. His last game out, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Porter hitting the free throw.
4-point play. Good defense from
Normally
Bryant
it's
now.
3 the old-fashioned way. That time it's 4 the old-fashioned way.
Good strip by James right there. Capitalize on this fast break. That's got to be a block. Oh my gosh. He was in the circle and he was moving, so I'm not really sure about that shot. I mean, that call.
Offensive foul there on Shotomu.
Good defense with Bryant right now.
Shot clock never starting right there. Ian, I'm not used to how quiet it is in here. I could clearly hear the official over there.
It's real quiet.
I guess we got to be careful. He can probably hear us.
Everything we're saying.
Don't say anything stupid. He can definitely hear me. That could have been a kickball right there.
Easily a kickball. Good turnover right there.
Errant pass there by Moore. He was looking for his teammate there, Perkins, who's into the game for the first time. Ugaldi driving, he gives it to Buckley.
Good shot.
Buckley knew just what to do with it that time. He's up to 4, a career high now for the freshman.
You know, despite the lackadaisical play the Eagles are playing right now, you know, we're only down, well, he just scored. We're down 6 right now. I mean, we're up 6, sorry.
7 points now for Maxwell. Eiffel, he's been quiet in this contest, trying to get it going, and he gets the running layup right there. Give him 4. Eagles back up by 8.
Coach trying a 2-3 zone right now. Good rotation. Good hands.
Buckley going to get called as he just reached over. Going to be his second foul of the game. And that'll send Clear Day to the free throw line. He's got a career high 9 points in this game, looking to continue to add to that total. First foul, second foul, I had it as 2 on Buckley right there. Ian, I feel like a big difference in this game has been the bigs. Anthony Horton was 6, Buckley with 4, Higdon with 7. You feel like the Eagles could, though, take advantage a little bit more of that here in the second half.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and some miscommunications on the shot clock right now. But, I mean, it is the first time that the Eagles are on the opposite side of the height advantage, so they're definitely taking advantage of it. They probably want to see him put it into him just now.
Ugalde takes his man off the dribble, had it taken away. James has been causing problems for this Eagles team all game. He takes it coast to coast, and he's got 6.
They're just forcing it too much right now.
The ball around the perimeter. Eiffel thought 3, got inside. Maybe jumped 1 step too soon. Pioneers within 5. Moore from the corner. Missed it, but Maxwell, another offensive rebound. Here's Moore again. Maxwell again. Crowley's Ridge came into this game, Ian, averaging 11.1 offensive rebounds a game. They've been doing a good job on the offensive glass, 2 alone on that possession.
Yeah, we're going to need the box out.
They had 6 in the first half. They've had more. There's a big shot as the Pioneers get back within 3. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. We'll be back as the second half continues. Back here as the second half continues. It was Clear Day with his 11 points. That last jumper back within 3. Here's Porter now looking to stretch it. Missed it. Ian, the storyline really for both teams in this one, they've been battling for these offensive boards, something you used to be pretty good at yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer. You know, as much opportunities as you can get on the offensive end, you can definitely turn the game around into your team's favor.
It's not a basketball game with commentary from me, you and myself without talking about your rebounding prowess.
Yeah.
Here's Eiffel now.
Surprised he missed that. That's his spot right there.
Porter, though, getting the offensive rebound.
Good decision.
Lewis, this.
It's a little short. Good rebound by Ward.
Nearly had it stripped. The shorter Montrell James, he's been all over the court tonight.
He's doing everything tonight. Defense, offense.
It's been a really tough, most of the night you've seen Lewis kind of flanking him on defense, and James is really having his way on that quick burst. Here's Ward. He's been quiet for a while. Can he get going? Porter missing that one. Maxwell the other way. Pioneers within 3. James off the dribble, got inside, and he's got 8. Eagles have not had an answer for the dribble penetration, Ian, by Montrell James.
Yeah, and that's definitely being the game changer right now. He's keeping them in the game. He's just scoring at will.
Eiffel got to the hoop, got his own. Had a second opportunity, but missed it, but he's going to get rewarded with some free throws.
Free throws that we really need.
That'll put Eiffel at the free throw line on the season. He hasn't taken a free throw yet.
Oh.
It'll be his first.
100% shooter then.
That foul went on number 12. Misses that one. Foul on Perkins. Third on the Pioneers. Eiffel at the free throw line. Hits that one. Eiffel up to 5, and that'll bring in Matney into the contest. Can't say enough about the play of Montrell James. Last year, he was the sixth, really the sixth man for this team, and with a couple players out tonight, thrust into the starting lineup, making his third start of the season. But Ian, he's been very good for this Pioneers squad.
Yeah, and that's the difference between average teams and good teams. When you're missing your key players, somebody else has to step up, and he's definitely stepped up tonight. A good defense with Brian right there. Should be a foul, yeah.
Extracurriculars after that play.
Looking for attack right there. Awesome defense by Brian. He can really get into the defender's space.
I have a note down here on my board. He's one of the best on-ball defenders that this Eagles basketball team has.
I've ever seen, actually.
I mean, you're not wrong. He can get up on that guy, and he's so quick to recover. You oftentimes you'll see where he'll get behind the play, but then he's right back into it. And as a defender, that's unteachable.
Yeah, that's organizing to the play that he's doing it too, as well. But he definitely does. He definitely knows his strength, and he plays to it. So
53-51, the officials conversing at center court, trying to decide if there should be any extra calls after the extracurriculars on that side. Ian Ugalde got the basketball, but then it looked like there was maybe a little bit of bad blood right after he got that one. We'll see what the officials say coming out. Both teams, though, I think one thing you can say right here, they're kind of getting a timeout. So that's helpful to get a breather, especially for the Eagles who've let Crowley's back into this game, to get a breather, get a chance to talk about some things, and hopefully reset and regroup.
Yes, definitely a well-needed rest for the Eagles. Looking forward to see what the referees are going to come out. What's the result?
I'll speculate a little bit. Normally, in these situations, you end up seeing just a double tech because no one called one on the court. It won't surprise me if that's what we see.
Here we go.
Official coming our way.
Well, I guess you're right.
There's a double foul called on that play. It was on Ugalde and I believe on number 0.
Yeah.
If I heard that correctly. And then we've had 2 technical fouls also called. The first on number 0, Montrell James. The second on Christian Porter. In a situation like this, Ian, those free throws are going to offset with the 2 technical fouls called. This one taking a little bit of time to sort out, Ian. But it looks like a double foul called and 2 technicals. As I said, the free throws.
So will the free throws, I guess, cancel out themselves, or how does that work?
Yeah, the 2 technicals, normally each team would get to shoot, but because of the double technicals, the free throws canceled out. Eagles basketball now down here on the baseline. 53-51. Those technical fouls, although not personal fouls for the players, those do go down as team fouls. Eagles up to 4, Crowley's up to 5 in a close game. That could be a big deal.
Movement right there.
Ugalde gives it to Lewis. His jumper no good. Ugalde battling for it, but he's going to pick up a foul. And after picking up one in that skirmish a moment ago, he's up to 3 now. It'll be 5 fouls. fouls on Brian Ugalde after that one on that end. Pioneers, they've been trailing for a while, have a chance to get back in this one.
You got to get on the ground on that one.
Going to be a jump ball. Head coach Chris Perkins was looking for the foul called right there, rightfully so. You're not allowed to jump on that guy on the court. And you saw an Eagles player maybe do that, but it looks like Crowley's, though, going to come away with the basketball here, so fortunate for them to maintain possession.
I think you're right. This game is probably going to come down to free throws. Who's the better free throw shooting team? Because we're getting a lot of calls going down the stretch. So
Crowley's Ridge on the season, a 65% free throw shooting team. Eagles just 58%. So we'll see how that plays a role here later on. Perkins passing it to Moore. Maxwell off the dribble. Porter got his hands in there. Maxwell shot at the shot clock expiring, misses, and the Eagles fortunate to get it. Ian, if you're the Eagles, you came into this second half with a lead, leading by as many as 7. Crowley's has gotten back into it. How do you put your foot down right here as you tick under 10 to go?
Well, you definitely have to run your plays. You have to slow the ball down. You don't want to let the Crowleys rush you into taking shots like you weren't taking in the first half. So it definitely comes down to just taking your time. That's a bad shot right there. And then it's going to come down to just good defense as well.
Marrow spinning, threw it up, got his own. Ugalde again with the active hands.
Travel, he called. I'm not sure.
Ian, I think, once you go to the floor, are you allowed to get back up? Because that's what he was obviously trying to do.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No, that's something that definitely does put a question in my mind. I'm not too certain on how to answer that. Because when I dive on the floor and I get a ball, I try to stay on the floor because, that's what's going through my mind. So maybe that's what the call was.
I think it's as long, if I remember correctly, it's as long as you kind of keep that dribble going. But once you take the dribble and try to get back up, it is a travel call, easy call for the official. Here's Maxwell inside. Higdon, it looked like he got the block, but it's going to go as a foul. Will Higdon just into the game, picking up his first foul. And that's going to put C.J. Maxwell at the free throw line. He's got 7 in the contest. These 2 free throws could knot this one up with 10 minutes to go. Maxwell. It'll remain an Eagles lead for at least one more possession. That game a couple of weeks ago back on November 21st at Crowley's Ridge. Eagles losing that one by 27. The big storyline in this one as Maxwell gets point number 8 is that Crowley's Ridge missing 3 of their top players in this game. Eagles looking to steal one here at home, and Ian, the Eagles with the record the way it is, they'd love to get a victory tonight.
Yeah, you definitely love to start the year with a W going on to the rest of the season.
I'd really like to see them try to get Ward back involved. He's kind of disappeared. Here's Lewis now, the three-pointer, and he hits.
Well-needed 3.
Austin Lewis with 10 now. He's got 3 three-pointers in the game. And I looked at halftime, and the Eagles were just 2 of 15 from behind the three-point arc. It's been kind of a quiet game as Maxwell gets the runner, and he's into double digits.
That's how they're staying into the game, Crowley's Ridge. Once we score, either we're busy celebrating and they score an easy bucket, or they're just scoring, we're just trading buckets, and we can't afford to do that right now.
Foul on Maxwell. If I'm right, it is 3, and indeed 6 fouls now on Crowley's Ridge. Really, I think, Ian, at this point, it's a race of who can get into the bonus quicker and then see who can close it out with free throws. This could be a long second half.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to free throws.
Porter, his jumper from the free throw line, made it look like a free throw. He's got 11. Eagles back up by 4.
All we need is one good stop. There we go.
Active hands, Porter going the other way.
Maybe he can draw the foul.
Draws the contact, threw it up. That's a heady play there by the sophomore Porter. That's 4 fouls now on Maxwell.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to come into the game right now. Really smart play by CP right there.
Porter already made a couple free throws in this one. This time going to have a chance to shoot 2. And the Eagles now in the bonus the rest of the way, 1-1. And after 10, we'll be in the double bonus. Eagles have to like the position that they're in, but Porter missing the first.
You know, College Ridge offensive player, well, the offensive presence that was going so far stepped off the court, so maybe we can take advantage of that. Knocks down the second.
1 for 2 from the line. Porter up to 12 points in the game. With that free throw, he now passes A.J. Ward, who had a quick 11 to start. Ian, you doubled down on your prediction of 15.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can get there.
He went real quiet at the
More inside, and he finishes it. The foul called on A.J. Ward, his second. And that'll put Kyle Moore at the free throw line. He's the third leading scorer. Really, in this game, he's the first leading scorer after a couple of players missing the contest. KJ Porter, Bo Roberson for Crowley's, and he makes the free throw right there. (59-57), 8:30 to go here in the second half. Eagles searching for the first win of the season, first win of 2021. We'll see if they can close it out. Ward inside, now kicks it back.
Good shot. That's a little iffy call as well. He's just taller than the defender.
Higdon getting called for the foul.
Coach Gesh making a valid point. You can't push him with his hands straight up. Both his hands are on the ball up above his head, so I'm not sure how he called the push.
That'll put David Ballard on the free throw line, another player in this contest who hasn't shot a free throw yet this year. Ballard at the free throw line, hitting the front half of the 1-and-1. Ian with 8:11 to go. Both teams in the bonus. This is a 1-point game. This could be a really long second half as both teams try to duke it out at the free throw line.
It's going to be a long 8 minutes.
Tie game now as Ballard hits them both. The first time this game has been tied. Crowley's led by as many as 2 with 19:40 to go, and the Eagles have led the rest of the way. A little adversity here for the Eagles. Can they respond? Ward takes his man off the dribble. Got in deep. They kick it out to Ugalde. Ugalde though missed it, got his own. Lewis now heaves one. And that one off the front iron. That would have been a big shot. Lewis has hit 3. He's been hot and cold in this game from behind the arc. That one would have been huge. Crowley's now with a chance to take their first lead since very early on in the ball game. Marrow to Moore. Moore hits it. Kyle Moore up to 11 now, and Crowley's takes the lead by 3.
I think I want to see a timeout right here.
And you're like Nostradamus with those foul calls. You can just sniff them. 62-59, 7:09 to go here in half number 2. Timeout on the court for the Eagles. A full timeout. We're going to take a break. Porter to inbound the basketball right in front of us. We're back underway. Eagles trailing for the first time since 1940 left in the first half. Ian, the Pioneers have trailed this entire game, but they've worked their way back into a defense and good offense.
Yeah, major key going forward right now is just Eagles are going to have to keep their heads up. They can't get frustrated and force calls. Something like that can be the offset right there as A.J. Ward gets called for a charging call.
Ward drove inside. He got the hoop, something he's been needing, but called for the charge. As the Crowley's Ridge player slid in there and drew it. A big call here in this game. That would have been, that could have gone either way. It would have been a three-point play opportunity, but nonetheless, now Crowley's with the basketball looking to stretch their lead.
Ball should go, yes.
Off the knee of Perkins, and the Eagles will get it back.
Yeah, but that's the aggressiveness that you do want to see from A.J. Ward. You know, he's been quiet in the second half. You want to see him kind of get going and just build on, well, help us to get the lead again.
We saw the Eagles go inside a lot in the first half, and they have largely not done that here in the second half. It'd be interesting to see them try to post up Ward. Ward gonna heave one from behind the arc. Missed it. Ugalde was sniffing yet another offensive rebound. Shodamu now called for the foul.
We're getting close to the double bonus.
One thing I've noticed with Ugalde, he has this way of, like, when he gets tapped, he really sells it.
Yeah, he does, he does.
He really tries to get those fouls called. That'll put Ballard at the free throw line. He hit 2 free throws a moment ago. That's the 3rd foul on Shodamu. Caleb Eiffel set to check in. The freshman with 5 points in the game.
You know, if I'm Coach March, I would probably put Will back into the game. You know, put him in the low post because he was pretty much dominant early on and early in the second half as well. You know, put him in there and see what happens.
He inserts the 6'8" Clayton Buckley, and we've seen Clayton do a good job of getting open inside. It's just been the finishing that's been a bit lacking for the freshman. Eagles swinging around. Eiffel will heave one in and out. A lid has gone on the basket. Merrow ahead of the pack, blocked there by Eiffel. Great hustle by the freshman after the missed 3. A big defensive possession right here, Ian.
Yeah, we got to get this stopped. If they score right now, it'll probably be a little dagger.
More, that one from way downtown,
Another
missed
rebound.
it. But Alex Merrow there for another offensive rebound. If the Eagles end up losing this one, Ian, it'll be the offensive rebounds for Crowley's Ridge that did them in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Oh, that's got to be a steal.
Merrow pulling, missing. Eiffel just tried to tap that one out, but there was no one out there. The shot clock inadvertently going off, but I believe that one did hit the rim. Gonna reset to 20 now. Roberson now, 3-pointer just off the mark.
Finally, we can get a rebound.
Ward, corner 3-pointer, that's his spot, but he misses. Ian, you mentioned early on there's a clear size advantage for the Eagles, so why have so many offensive rebounds been going down?
That's a good question. Maybe it's just not boxing out. Maybe Crowley's Ridge just want it more. You know, they're rushing the rim a lot more than the Eagles.
Merrow left open. Great ball movement by the Pioneers. Merrow spinning inside, missed it. The tip in there by David Ballard. He's got 8, and the Crowley's lead is ballooned to 7, Ian.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to have to slow the ball down and just try to find their offense. I hope Coach puts the bigs back in there, you know, put them back in the post and just let them go to work and take over the game.
4:11 to go here in the second half. Eagles came into this half leading by 7. They now have found the script flipped on them. They trail by 7. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with what I'm sure will be a thrilling last 4 minutes. 66-59 as we come out of the timeout. Eagles on the ropes here. We'll see if they can find a basket here. Buckley again open in the center of the court, but missed the little jumper.
Yeah, we're getting the shots, just not finding the rim. Austin Lewis gets set to check back in. Maybe we can see some 3 balls go in before the end of the game.
Ballard been a bit of a spark plug for this Pioneers team. Here's Perkins inside, back outside. Ballard looking for another one. That one bounces around, still bouncing around, but Roberson came down with another offensive board. The give and go, the 2-man game to perfection is Moore. Got to the hoop on the pass by Roberson. He's got 13. Shotomu tries to take his man off the dribble, and he draws the foul. Foul on Ballard, if I'm correct. That'd be his second. That'll put Shotomu at the free throw line. 2 fouls indeed on David Ballard. Shotomu on the season, just a 36% free throw shooter, but gets the first to go. And Ian, just his first point of the game, not known as an offensive threat, but still you're used to seeing him score maybe 4 to 5 points a game.
Yeah, he can definitely get about 4 to 5 points a game. You know, I spoke with him a little bit about his offensive end. You know, he's just still a little bit out of control when he gets to the rim. But if he can take his time, you know, hop step and stuff like that, I believe he can score double digits.
The bank was clearly open on that
yeah,
free throw.
Yeah.
68-61, Eagles back within 7. They need a defensive stop right here.
Good defense by Brian right there. That's a good wall. You can't get a better wall than that right there.
Great job there by Ugalde. He was sitting on 3 fouls, not to draw the foul. And the Eagles get that stop we were looking for.
Yeah, now we just got to go. We got to keep going. Go to work.
Lewis inside, Higdon.
And that's what we want to see right there.
The big man spinning, finishing. Eagles get a big bucket right there as Higdon backs him down. And he's got 10 in the contest, looking for 11 at the line.
Yeah, I recommend keep going to him, putting the ball in. If he doesn't have it, maybe he'll kick it back out, and that's where we get the 3-point shot.
That's been the mismatch all game for the Eagles. They need to find a way to exploit it here late. Higdon, though, missing those free throws. And in a close game, those free throws going to be crucial.
Yeah.
Lockstep right there on the crucial. It's like we've done this a few times before together. Moore got all the way to the baseline. Now picked up by Ugalde. The double team came. Bodies all over the court.
Good defense so far.
The call, I believe that was
charge,
a travel. Yeah. Oh, it was a charge. Charge called on Moore. I thought maybe the 2-hand and he caught it. Maybe they called a travel right there, a double dribble, but the charge called the first foul now on Moore. Eagles trailing by 5. They're slowly working their way back in it. Ian, on this possession, if you're the Eagles, how are you looking to set this up?
I'm looking to run a play for Will. Put the ball into the post, let him go to work. It's obvious mismatch, and he can score, and if he doesn't score, he's going to get fouled.
Maybe a little big man ISO inside.
That's what I'd like to see, and he come to set the screen, possibly.
Lewis goes through.
There it is.
And there it is. And he gets fouled on the entry. Ballard, there's nothing he can do. Once Higdon gets that ball on that block, there's no stopping that.
And that's what I said. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be 2 points. Now, it just has to come down to him knocking down these free throws. That's going to be a key to the game because they're going to keep fouling him.
He's just a 25% free throw shooter on the season. We saw him miss his last.
Yeah.
These are big.
Yeah, most big men, you know, struggle a little bit with the free throws. Looks good. There we go.
As that one left his hand, I heard an Eagles player yell, "That's a bucket." It was clearly in. Higdon gets the free throw. He'd love another one right here to get his team back within 3. A couple of substitutions, Montrell James and Braden Williams. They've been sitting for a while. Those two have caused all sorts of problems for the Eagles. Head coach Chris Perkins obviously going for the juggernaut.
Yeah, they're going to definitely have to watch Montrell James, you know, with that cutting through. Good rebound.
Eagles get an offensive rebound of their own, and they're going to reset the offense. Higdon got his own on that one.
And they're feeding him, so that's a tough call.
The official saying that Higdon got his arm a bit up into the player there, but Higdon,
it's a height difference.
He's 6'8".
Yeah.
What's he supposed to do? He gets penalized for his height right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Offensive foul on Higdon, his third.
Wouldn't that be, oh, never mind.
Offensive fouls don't count against those team fouls. Eagles within for 1:30 to go. They wanted a win to open 2021. They're going to have to work a little bit harder to get this one. Oh, what a pass. Kyle Moore inside on the threaded pass by Montrell James. And Ian, that may be the dagger. 70-64 after the quick timeout. 1:25 to go. We're going to take a break. And we'll be back with what will be the conclusion of half number 2. Timeout. Ian down by 6, 1:25 to go, still a long way to go. Both teams have a chance. There's probably going to be the foul game played a little bit here at the end. Eagles might try to find a three-pointer on this possession.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a quick score as well. We can't hold the ball too long. We're past that point. Someone's going to have to just take the shot.
Lewis, he's never found a three-pointer. He didn't like shooting. He shot that one, but misses it. And a jump ball called there after Higdon and the much shorter Montrell James got tied up.
And the only reason James got a hand on that ball is because Higdon didn't jump. He just reaches up for the ball. He's just that tall.
Ward, who's been silent, drives inside. Kicking for Lewis. Porter left wide open. Great closeout now by James. (70-64). A 10-second runoff asked for. 70-64 in favor of Crowley's Ridge. Eagles came into this half leading by as many as 7, but Crowley's Ridge really got back into this one and threatening to close it out. Sideline inbound now.
Hey, if you go out, keep it in front. Make it go out, keep it in front.
Eagles are certainly going to try to find Lewis and get him open. They got him open. He takes the three. That one misses. A cold night for Lewis. Porter now on the other side, knocks it down.
Big shot right there.
Quick timeout foul. Following that made three-pointer there. Christian Porter, a big three-pointer just when he needed it. James Shodamu going to check in. We've seen head coach Mark Getch play that defense for offense. We see him do that with Shodamu a lot. And with them back within 3, Eagles sniffing, getting back into this one, Ian.
Yeah, defense is definitely going to come down. Well, the key to the game is going to be defense, because now you have to play defense, but you can't foul, because foul will turn into 2 shots for the opposite team. So they're going to have to play with their hands. They're going to be loud. They have to talk to each other and just hopefully they get a stop, and then hopefully we can come back down and score.
Ian, when you're in these timeouts, is head coach Mark Getch maybe cueing you in on a player that you might want to try to foul if you get deep in the clock, or too much starts to run off? Is that normally something he's trying to communicate?
Yeah, it's definitely something he will communicate, and it's definitely going to be a player that's obviously not good at shooting free throws. And before the game, he does his scouting report, so he'll tell you which number to foul, yeah.
Unfortunate, though, for the Eagles, though. I look down this box score.
Everyone
Most of these guys can shoot free throws.
So in those situations, he just chooses the worst out of all of them and just hope for the best. But hopefully we can get a stop right here and then capitalize on the offensive end, maybe a 3-ball, maybe just a 2.
You see Higdon out of the ball game as well. He's been great for the Eagles in the second half. He's got 11, but maybe a little bit of too much of a liability on defense. And then on offense, if they foul him, he's kind of hit or miss from the line. Full court pressure now from the Eagles. Montrell James and Brian Ugaldi, this is the battle we've signed up for. Quickest player on best defender. Moore gets open, drives inside.
Good stop right there, good stop.
Ian, I think you wanted a travel call right there.
I wanted an offensive foul. He kind of extended the forearm a little bit, but it just wasn't no call.
Merrow now checking in for Perkins, and Higdon inserted back in on offense.
I think we're probably going to need a 3 here, or maybe a quick 2 and a foul, but I don't want to foul because they can shoot the free throws really well. So
we had a close game, that first game of the year here, and it led to a Christian Porter corner 3 as the buzzer expired. Can he find another shot? Lewis tried to feed that one into Higdon.
He was wide open too, he just tripped. Small mistakes like that can cost the game, though.
You certainly here, you're going to try to steal the inbounds play, and then if not, you're going to get a foul. Before that, though, we're going to get a timeout over here by Chris Perkins, and he might try to get one of his worst free throw shooters out of the game right here. 70-67, 16.2 seconds to go here in the first game of 2021 in the Nest. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the conclusion of this game. Back inside the Nest, 16.2 to go here in half number 2. Ian, the one thing that timeout does is it does give head coach Mark Getch an opportunity to put some defensive players back in. You saw him insert show to move yet again for Higdon.
Yeah, he definitely going to go with defensive route, and also gives him the time to, just in the event that there isn't a dead ball and he can't make a substitution, you know, he probably drew up a play that the smaller guards can go through. And I noticed he put Jack in the game, who's a really good three-point shooter, so maybe you want to play that will go towards him.
They're going to foul Kyle Moore, and he's, you know, like we said, there's a lot of guys who can shoot the free throws down here. Kyle Moore, 75% from the line. He's hit 2 free throws in this contest so far.
Yeah, so right now you just kind of hope for the best. Maybe hope he misses. A little bit of pressure added at the end of the game.
Missing that one right there. And Ian, it's this next one that's big, because if he makes it, that allows you to kind of reset. But if he misses it, which may even be a smart play right here, don't tell him I said that, but if he misses it, that forces the Eagles to scramble a little bit with 13.6 left. That's tough. Moore, though, knocking it down, making it a 4-point game, a smart play there.
That might just have sealed the game. They're going to have to take a 3.
Porter.
He got a tip on it.
Ugaldi got it back, and the Eagles going to call a timeout. Ugaldi got the offensive rebound on the miss by Christian Porter. Back to a 2-point game, 69-71, as we get a quick timeout. And Ian, the game continues. Eagles going to try to steal or foul the inbounds, and as a 2-point game, if they miss one on this end, you've got a chance.
Yeah, you do have a chance. You just got to hope that they miss. They're obviously going to foul, so.
Took a second there to check on the timeout situation. Head coach Mark Getch out of timeouts. 71-69 is the score, 5.9 in. What a game to start off 2021. We couldn't have asked for anything better. A close basketball game. It's been a lot of fun, some good action. Eagles played really well in the first half, but it's been all Pioneers in half number 2. Eagles, though, trying to steal one.
Yeah, Pioneers definitely stepped on the gas in the second half. They came out a little lackadaisical in the first half. Like I said, the Eagles aren't really used to being up in the second half going into the halftime, so I feel like they kind of just got relaxed a little bit and they allowed Crowley to force them into the shots that they weren't taking in the first half, and I think that was the major game changer right there.
We've got a full timeout here on the court. We're still here. 71-69 as both teams come back in. It's going to be Crowley's Ridge basketball right in front of the Eagles bench. Eagles certainly trying to get a steal right here. They need a steal to see if they can get a shot and get back into this game. Miscommunication there on the substitutions, and you don't want your best three-point shooter out of the ball game. They're going to foul Moore again. Porter out of the ball game right there. It looked like there was some confusion. Moore fouled yet again. He hit one of two a few moments ago. 71-69 Eagles foul. Going to have two shots on the other end. No timeouts for the Eagles. They'd have to go the entire length of the court to tie this one up.
And he has to miss at least one for us to at least have a chance of winning the game. And it's going to be a half court short most likely.
Eagles going to get a chance to get Porter back into this game. He's going to sub in for Matney. Moore, nothing but net, and he can more or less seal it. You see what I did there? Kyle Moore, more or less.
Yeah.
He's got a chance to seal this one. Crowley's Ridge back up by 3. A free throw would nearly make it impossible, but not out of the realm of possibilities. We've already seen one 4-point play in this game. And a sloppy finish for both of these teams. Substitution, miscommunication. Both teams trying to just get across the finish line. A big free throw right here. Moore missed it. Violation, and a violation. They said the shooter Moore left the free throw line before it hit, and that's huge because the clock stops. 3.2 seconds. We may get a little bit left on the clock. He's over here talking.
Yeah, Coach drew up a play. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm just hoping we can execute it. You know, maybe we won't hit the shot, but I'm just hoping we can get the shot, the open shot.
Looks like we're going to get another timeout right here.
So he has an opportunity to drop another play.
Another play, and Ian, if you're the Eagles, you need a three-pointer right here. It's going to Lewis or Porter.
Yeah, either one of them, and Crowley probably knows that, so probably going to play tight on those two guys.
I think the only, and I have a note down here in my sheet that a player like A.J. Ward, who is in the basketball game, his three-point shot much improved. Could the Eagles run the decoy? He loves that corner three-pointer. Could they try to get it to him in one of those corners if they can't get Lewis and Porter open? Not a lot of times to make decisions right now with just 3.8 to go.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good option because obviously we know our two best three-point shooters are going to be Lewis and CP. So that distraction play, I think that'll probably work. He's just to knock the shot down.
I mentioned a few moments ago in a situation just like this, Eagles were trailing by 4. First game of the year against Ave Maria, it was Christian Porter in the corner. We'll see if the Eagles try to get it back to him, if they can get him open. It'd be interesting if they can get it to half court, look for a big screen to try to spring a Porter or a Lewis or maybe a Ward. 72-69, there's just 3.8 seconds to go. Ian, what a way to start 2021.
Yeah, really good game tonight, really, really good game.
Eagles 0-10 on the season, trying to get that first win. I believe in due. We'll see if the Eagles can pull a rabbit out of their hat late. They slump off a little bit. They get it to Ugalde first, and he gets fouled by Marrow, and that's a smart play, Ian,
yeah, that
right
was a
there.
Very, very smart play.
That's going to put Ugalde at the free throw line.
Only shooting 2, need 3 to win.
Ugalde on the season, just a 29% free throw shooter, so the key right here, probably make the first, try to miss the second, and look for a guy, maybe a Shotomu, to try to tip one out and try to find a Porter or a Lewis for a last-minute 3. He makes the first. That's big right there. This is a 2-point basketball game. And Ian, the strategy right there from head coach Mark Getch.
Yeah.
You put your 6'8" player in there, hoping that he can just tip one out. Porter and Lewis in the basketball game, also Ward out. Ugalde has to miss this free throw. Misses it, and Marrow comes away with it. And the game over. Ian, Eagles lose this one 72-70 as both teams come just a wave in this COVID-type year. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment to break down what you just saw in this game. We're back here inside the nest. Ian, the Eagles come away. They lose this one 72-70. A hard-fought game for this team. They were up by as many as 7, but Crowley's Ridge just a little bit better at the end of that game.
Yeah, they just stepped on the gas. Crowley's Ridge did in the second half. The number 0, I think his last name was James. He really carried the team tonight, getting to the rim at will when he wanted to, and we just didn't have an answer for him all night. So I feel like he really made the difference in tonight's game.
You say at will right there. A great transition into the play of Will Higdon in this game. He finishes the contest a career-high 11 points, and the Eagles did a good job of getting it to him inside in the first half, but it was the second half where they weren't able to get it to him as much. And that really, I think, kind of proved to be the difference as the post presence for the Eagles kind of disappeared in the second half.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, the height difference was actually our advantage this time, and you like to see them get the ball into the big more often. I talked to the coach a little bit at halftime, and he was like, Will, very good presence on the offensive end, but he's just a little bit out of shape. So we're trying to work him into shape. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what the rest of the season will hold for him.
I haven't seen the final stat sheet, but the Eagles clearly falling victim to not being able to knock down shots behind the arc. They were just 2 of 15 in the first half, and they missed a lot in the second half. Ian, a good start to 2021 for the Eagles. Ultimately, you come away with a loss. You get right back on the horse again Thursday, another tough opponent, but you're ultimately looking forward to that conference game on Saturday against Welch.
Yeah, I believe the conference game on Saturday is going to be a much better, let me see what the word is, I guess, identifier where we're at in the conference because, we haven't played a conference team as yet. And so, we're getting beat on right now, but when we get in the conference, I believe we can really compete. We have a little bit of size now. Guys like Will and 41, they're feeling themselves in the post a lot more often. So,
Ian, always a pleasure doing these games with you.
You.
The Eagles lose this one 72-70 here in the nest. They fall to 0-11 on the season. We'll be back Thursday with a game against Edward Waters College. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening.
It's game time.